Good morning, happy Saturday. Today is Saturday, May 4th, and I am your morning witch. Eking out the last few minutes of morning in my time zone, but there's a couple hours left in the rest of my country. May the 4th be with you. So it is not my intention, however, I realize there's a huge possibility that yesterday, with some of the things I had to say, maybe I alienated some of my follower or listener base, and I apologize for saying what created feelings that were unpleasant. But here's this thing that I've learned about esoteric learning as I've been learning. Esoteric learning is essentially the knowledge of everything from before and the knowledge of everything from the deep. And it has to be learned. It cannot be taught by rote. It has to be taught by thought processes. And so my goal is to merely introduce thought processes to people who have never had those thought processes before, because they can take those thought processes and make them deeper knowledge and deeper understanding if they choose to educate themselves further on the ideas that have been presented. The thing about esoteric knowledge is we start with one base place of coming from. And then, from that base, we constantly build up the layers until we have the beginnings of the picture we are trying to see. And we don't just build that picture with layers, we clean up around the edges every step of the way, because if we don't clean up around the edges, how are we going to see where the truth lies? Like using makeup as an example, as I am this morning. Is this eyeliner? Or did I fuck up my mascara? Or did I not fuck up my mascara? And this is how I do it. I put the first on and then I clean it up. And maybe that is how the knowledge needs to be retained. And it looks different as it builds, getting closer and closer to that end result. All of it continuing to come together to make something that you recognize as you layer each piece through learning and understanding, because the learning means nothing without the understanding. So I can show you where to look for the moon. I can tell you where you might find it, but I can't tell you what the moon will look like to you. Here's the thing, even after all the layers are put together, after you start looking for the moon yourself, nobody can tell you what it will look like, because when you're looking for the moon, depending on the time of day, the time of year, the time of the month, it might be round, it might be an oval, it might be a motherfucking crescent. So nobody can tell you these things, because there are too many facets that go into our perception to be fully taught. We can be led to where we need to drink from, but we have to go into the well. So that's all I have to say. If I offended you yesterday, these are my beliefs, and I will not apologize for my beliefs.